Nicodemus, and today I'll be telling you about drug addiction in America. People experiment with many different types of drugs, and they do it for different reasons, but they don't realize how addictive or dangerous it can be to their physical and mental state. My good friend Christian Mata was an 18-year-old boy who went to Dickinson High School. He always had a positive outlook on life and recently passed away due to a strong addiction to drugs. That put him in a terrible situation where he tried to rob someone over drugs and lost his life. Drug addiction is a serious problem among the world because anyone can become addicted to drugs, especially when they have an addictive personality. Drugs spark violence like gang war or domestic violence. I will tell you about peer pressure introduces people to drugs, and every encounter after that builds to their drugs addiction. First, let us look how a person addicted to drugs spends not only their money, but all their time as well on drugs. A person addicted to drugs isolates themselves and spends most of their money to feed their addiction. When a person becomes addicted to drugs, they spend around $200 up to $400 a month, depending on how strong their addiction is and what drug they're addicted to. Some drugs, like crystal meth, make people paranoid, so they become suspicious of others and like to spend most of their time alone. The only person they accept into their life with open arms is their drug dealer. In Unbroken Brain, the author Maya Batali wanted to challenge the addict's brain as well as their addictive personality, and by doing so, it could loosen the grip that the drug has on that person. Now I'll be telling you about drug addiction not only destroys a person's life, but also the people around the drug user. The person's loved ones are the ones who suffer as much as the actual one using the drugs. The person's loved ones all want to see that person get better and turn their life around, but to see that person fight them and trying to resist their love is a terrible sight to see. The first step for any addict to solve their problem is to realize that they have a problem to begin with and seek help. Some people have a problem, but not because of their own fault. Crack babies have problems because of crack cocaine while their mother was using it during pregnancy and exposed it to the fetus. The National Institute for Drug Abuse reports that exposing babies in the womb to crack cocaine will lead to future health problems for some children. There are multiple recovery centers across the United States, and each one is different, like the road they will lead you on to getting a better life. The rehab with 5 stars nearest to me is Bay Area Recovery Center, Men's Inpatient Drug and Alcohol Rehab in Dickinson, Texas. This rehab center has multiple treatment schedules. There are a 30-day program, a 60-day, and a 90-day. But they say each person is different, so someone's treatment would be shorter or longer than someone else's. Even now, during Corona, they're still trying to help people break their addiction to drugs. Drug addiction is a serious problem that destroys multiple lives and puts people in terrible positions. Many people start doing drugs for different reasons, but they don't realize how addictive it can be. All it takes is that first time to be hooked. First, we talked about people addicted to drugs isolating themselves and spend all their money on drugs. Next, we talked about drug addicts hurt the loved ones just trying to help. And lastly, we talked about rehab centers and how they can help people get clean. Christian Mata had his whole life in front of him, everything planned out, but he was someone you'd never expect to have a drug problem. Only if we caught on sooner and got him some help to break his addiction, maybe he would still be alive to this day. He was not poor nor rich. It doesn't matter where you come from, drug addiction can hurt us all. Thank you all for listening, and please don't do drugs. And if you know you have a problem, please get some help. Thank you.